On November the 30th, 2023, Pontins Prestatyn closed its doors for good. It was incredibly sudden. Some staff found out their jobs had gone via social media, and it was a huge shock to both the workforce and locals alike. We were lucky enough to visit the site in July 2023 for a Holiday on the Buses filming locations tour. We had a great day, although it was sad to see how run down much of the park was. So what's next for Pontins Prestatyn? What will become of this beautiful seafront location? If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, he's Wills, and we are Postcard and a Pint. Join us today as we ask, what has happened to Pontins? At the end of November, Camber Sands and Prestatyn, where we are today, their Pontins closed. Just a few weeks ago, Southport's Pontins closed. What has happened to Pontins? There are a few rumours flying around about the site's future, but really... We're here today, basically, to be nosy. There's been loads of speculation all over the local social medias and in the newspaper about what's going to happen to this site. But neither Britannia or the local council are saying anything. Britannia is the hotel group who took over Pontins in 2011. They have made little to no investment in the parks over their time of ownership, and consequently, many Pontins, including this one, have gained a terrible reputation. A lot of people are hoping that a firm like Butlins or Haven buy the site and transform it back into an amazing holiday park. I think they'd have to raze it to the ground and start again because it's in such disrepair, but that would be really great to see. But nobody thinks that's going to happen. The park has only been closed for a month and a half, and this is the state of it already. In December, a link appeared online which claimed that the land had been sold and the whole thing was going to be razed to the ground and it was going to be used for housing. Now that is reputed to be false by all accounts, and it would be such a shame because it sits literally a stone's throw from this absolutely beautiful beach. It needs to be a holiday park.
But it's a bit windy today.
But when we were here in the summer and the tide was out, this beach was vast. It's the perfect place for a bucket and spade holiday, even if you can't guarantee the weather. Even today, when the weather is a bit grey and cold, it's still beautiful and the perfect place for a winter's walk. This dog was having the best day ever. This beach is crying out for holidaymakers. It would be such a shame if the local economy lost their holiday park. There is, though, another rumour doing the rounds. As we said before, Britannia took over Pontins in 2011. Now, Britannia also took over loads of hotels in the UK and have subsequently run loads of them into the ground. But they are apparently making a lot of money at the moment by housing migrants in these hotels. Is that what is next for Pontins? Again, rumours are rife online. A lot of local people think that's what's going to happen, but Britannia and the council are saying nothing. Pontins Breen Sands has also closed, but apparently only for 3 years. It is currently housing the workforce for the new nuclear power plant Hinkley Point C. The company has upgraded the park and will leave it in a better condition than they found it. If only this could happen here. When we did the film locations tour, we got a real sense of what it would have been like to have a holiday here back in the 1970s and 1980s. It was a real family holiday place where kids would get swept up in the entertainment, could run wild on the beach, make friends. It was a place where dreams came true. Fred Pontin opened his first holiday camp just after the Second World War. It was at Breen Sands in Somerset and offered half-board and self-catering holidays featuring entertainment. The tagline being, all the best people come to Pontins. Within a year, he had 6 camps. It was a summer holiday that all generations of the family could enjoy. Holiday on the Buses really does capture the essence of this, albeit in a carry-on type of way. During our visit, we found loads to be positive about. It's got a pretty good looking arcade. Always a winner with me. And did you know that Pontins saw the start of a fair few careers?
Many of today's popular entertainers cut their cloth as blue coat here in Pontins, not this particular one, but Pontins in general. These include Stu Francis, who else? Lee Mack, Bobby Davro, Bradley Walsh.
It was a good time. Sadly though, the negatives on the park did outweigh the positives, and there was a real sense of desolation and abandonment about the whole site. To be honest, the outside didn't look a great deal different than it did when we did our tour, and the park had been open then, with holiday makers on site. it's all just a bit desperate and sad. We decided to investigate a little further and made our way to the front gates to see if we could find out anything there. We just went down to the main gate because we wanted to have a look at the Holiday on the Buses sign, but that's been taken down and put away for safekeeping, which is really, really good. Now, we were talking to two fellas who are employees of Pontins, bless them, or Britannia, who are working out their notice, and we asked them what was going on. And to be fair, they don't know either, or they've got a very good poker face. They pretty much hinted at all the things we've hinted at, but one guy was telling us he found out his job had gone off Facebook. The other guy, who's not even on Facebook, found out, he said a couple of days later, he literally didn't know his job had gone. It's absolutely disgusting how they've been treated. So their job now is to watch security cameras and keep what is left safe, because another thing they told us was after it was announced it was closed, they had urban explorers in, and they actually managed to get into the main entertainment hub, took loads of video, photographs, all over the internet it went. Then after that, they had people breaking in because they thought it was, abandoned, and it was easy pickings for supplies, mattresses, furniture, fridges, microwaves. So these poor people from Britannia now, their job is to sit and watch security cameras and make sure no one gets over the fence. Thanks so much, guys, for chatting to us, and we have everything crossed that someone buys this park and your jobs will exist once again. So with all these closures, what's next for Pontins? There are only 2 Pontins left now in the UK, and these are both adults only Pontins, which is so far away from the vision that Fred Pontin had when he started these family holiday parks. And as you saw from the sign for Prestatyn, a holiday for kids. Will it become a holiday park under new management? Will it be flattened to be developed as housing? Or will it become migrant accommodation? So who knows what's going to happen to Pontins? There is supposed to be an announcement by Britannia before the end of January, so that gives them 2 weeks left. Now it's absolutely freezing. Let's get out of the cold and let's go and have a pint.
Non-alcoholic, of course.
Of course, we are still on dry January, and it's going really
We're doing
well.
all right, aren't we? And
Yeah.
I've actually found a non-alcoholic lager that tastes of lager. So, Freedom of Barcelona, if you'd like to sponsor us, you know where we are.
Yeah, everything feels like it's falling into place this year. It's going well
I hope
so
so.
far, 2024. But Pontins, what did you think?
It was sad to see, wasn't it?
It was really, it didn't look a lot different, to be honest,
No, it
till
didn't.
when we went inside
No, it didn't.
But it is really, really sad. But a piece of good news is that Lions Holiday Parks, who own a ton,
Everything
around here and loads of parks around it, held their recruitment day this week, and at least 40 people from Pontins Prestatyn got work there.
That's good.
So that is good news.
That's good.
But no word from Britannia yet what's going to happen to it.
Who knows? But as soon as we do know,
we will
you'll know
let
first.
you know. Right, what are we
Absolutely.
doing next?
What we're doing, we'd like to say thank you.
Oh, we would.
Massive thank you.
We've got some more Patreons.
We have indeed. Who'd have thunk?
I know. You can go first.
Okay, I would like to say a massive, massive thank you to Pete and Shell from OB's Outdoors. Cheers, guys. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
And I would like to say a big, huge thank you to Cara from John and Cara Retired Travellers.
Oh, yeah. They're great. We love
Thank
John.
you so much. We love you loads.
We do
Yeah.
indeed. And Kate and Ruslan, who've supported us
Oh, they really have.
for so long. They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
Thank
Massive
you.
thank you.
And to Tasha.
Tasha,
Thank you
the
so
wonderful
much.
Tasha. The only reason we're not mentioning your
'Cause you said not
YouTube
to.
channel because you said not to.
But he might see you at Wolverhampton.
Oh yes, I hope to go to Wolverhampton to the Choir Boys gig.
And we'd like to say another big thank you.
Oh,
to
another one to Yuta, yes.
Yeah, because she's now a large. She's got a large one.
She's got a large one,
She's
apparently.
made hers a large one.
She has
She
indeed.
really has.
She has indeed.
Yeah, and we've got lots of plans coming up, and plans have changed already, but we're not going to tell you.
We're not going to tell you,
'Cause
but
if
if
you
you went
wanna
over
know-
to Patreon, you'd find out all the plans.
You'll find out. Going to make a video in a minute for
Yeah.
Patreon.
But before we go,
Oh, yeah.
we'd just like to do a shout out to the Cooks Explore.
We would.
We met up with them. There's a lovely channel called
Yeah,
Cooks Explore.
Check them out.
Check them out.
We'll link them below. Yeah.
They do lots of things, but they do a lot of cruise ship
Yeah.
stuff, and that's how we discovered them.
Yeah.
And they happen to be visiting Chester, doing a video in Chester. I think
Walk
they're
in the
doing the Walk in the
Walls.
Walls
Yeah.
video, and they contacted us, said, "I suppose you fancy meeting up for a pint?" And we said, "Hell yeah,
Non-alcoholic, of course. Yeah.
Bless them though. I didn't realise till near the end of the night they weren't drinking alcoholic lager because we weren't. And when I discovered that, I said, "Oh, fill your boots,
Have a
don't have a
drink."
drink, don't mind
So they
us."
did.
So they did.
So they did.
But it was lovely to meet
them.
them.
It was really lovely to meet you, and we did a little cheers to the good times.
We did, so we're going to cut to that in a
We're
sec.
not going to do it now, so if you'd like this video...
Oh, if you'd hit the subscribe button, if you'd
Yeah.
like the video, if you'd subscribe, there's the Patreon thing if you fancy doing that.
Leave
just
us
for the
a
price
comment.
of a beer.
And right now, we're going to head over to Chester. And look who we've met. It's Cooks Explore. Cheers. As we say in Postcode Number 9, cheers to the good times.
I hate static caravans.
Why?
Because every time I put my key in the lock, my hair sticks up.
What hair?
Ooh.